OMG WTF, welcome to These American Gods, the discussion podcast of the Star Series American Gods. I'm Tim Pickerel.
I'm Sarah Pickerel.
I'm Mike Daffron.
And, okay, so, it was the last episode. See you guys later.
Oh.
Bye. See, this is the episode that you should have went, oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I should have said
plurals.
So many.
Oh,
too
Jesus
many Christs. Too many Christs.
Also, wanted there maybe be a Jesus fight. Jesus fight!
Oh. No, they'd all feel bad about it.
Yeah.
They would all just be like, oh, shucks, dude.
I'm the real Jesus.
Well,
Would the real Jesus please stand up?
And there wasn't any of that. They were all pretty chill with all themselves.
Yeah, but there was Jesus Prime. You saw that?
No, who was Jesus Prime?
The guy who was sitting in the pool.
Yeah,
That-
the Jesus that was like, God damn it.
Yeah, yeah.
I had to rewind that. I'm like, did he really just say,
He
God
did.
damn
It
it?
was awesome.
Yeah, that was good Jesus.
So did he accidentally accidentally drop it?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
the glasses don't float on water.
He accidentally dropped it. He didn't drop it on purpose.
Well, I think he went to set it down.
Okay.
And then it didn't. It went under.
So yeah, it was an
He's
accident.
like, only I can walk on water.
Yeah.
I still don't believe.
Well,
I know, right? He's
Took
sitting
8
on
goddamn
water.
episodes
Right.
to the very, very end.
Oh, Laura's gonna fuck that up.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's start at the beginning, guys.
All right.
let's start at the beginning. So we started in we've got the Chris Nays Minute, which is a Chris Nays 1 minute and 46 seconds. Chris Nays of the Bacon and Nays podcast, and sworn enemy of Mike Daffron of the These American Gods podcast.
Plugs.
You know, fuck Chris. We don't even need his minute.
Here we go. Off to the races. All right.
All right. Season finale time. But first, Mike, it would be so like you to quit the podcast now. We don't need you anyway. Hit the road.
Wow.
All right, I'm going to make a pause there. So, Mike.
Oh, we don't need Chris. I mean, obviously, he doesn't even show up here. You know? Chris is just all butthurt like Laura Moon because he's dead inside.
He's all
Just
what?
like her.
What?
He's all butthurt.
Oh, butthurt. Okay.
What'd you think he said?
Butter. I was
He's
like,
all butter.
He's
What?
all butter.
He's all butter.
Yeah, it was weird.
Well, so Mike, we've reached the end of the season. You weren't sure if you were going to come back for These American Gods season 2. Have you made any decisions in the past week?
I haven't made any decisions yet.
I think he has until next season to figure it out.
Yeah.
That's true. But we're not going to be here for another year.
Well, I mean, we'll be around.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we don't disappear.
We're not going to just
into the vagina nebula.
Right.
I want to disappear into that vagina nebula. Chris would disappear in that vagina nebula.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right.
He would no longer have Chris's minutes then. The Chris Nays minute.
We don't need it. I can do his minute.
Is this gonna continue on into the Watchers on the Couch?
Is Chris going to contribute to
Yeah.
Watchers?
Oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah, no, we're gonna continue the same format.
Oh, shit.
Thought I was going to be done with him after this episode.
Oh, all right. Hey, moving on to abuse him some more.
Aw.
Tim and Sarah, you guys are sweet.
Yay.
We should hang out soon. But you should know a funny hat when you see one.
Funny hat.
They weren't that funny.
On to the episode. The king guy, at the beginning of this episode, the naked guy in the temple had Bart Simpson hair.
Doing the Bartman.
Doing the Bartman. Doing the Bilquist.
Doing the Bilquist Bartman.
So that's where you wanted to start off at the beginning with the...
Yeah.
I guess they didn't write a Coming to America, but...
No, but
We
it
did get
was...
the-
No, they're like, hey, let me tell you a motherfucking story.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
There's a motherfucking queen.
That's right. I love that.
Yeah, Orlando Jones.
Let me tell you
is
one of my
awesome.
favorite stories, all right? It's about this little high school kid. He gets bit by a spider.
And then he becomes a seamstress.
Yeah.
Tailor or whatever the fuck they're called.
Is he making silk suits?
I don't know.
Spider silk suits?
You
That
would
would be pretty awesome.
You'd think they'd have to be.
But
I wonder if they thought that far ahead.
they're made by a god, so maybe they're just like, I don't know. They're god-worthy. They're god-worthy suits, I would think. He looked amazing behind that sewing machine, though. That was awesome.
It's a nice sewing machine. You want a sewing machine like that?
No, it's old school. I want the new.
You want the technology.
New technology.
You're a new god, so seamstress.
That's right.
And he's like, let me tell you a story. I'm like, God damn it. Odin's like, I don't need a story. I'm like, yes. And he's like, no, I'm going to. Shit.
So
that was okay, though.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
you were okay with the story?
It kind of went on. I think it
went on along.
No, I just think it actually went along with the current story. I guess I think there was some fairly decent backstory. Because Bilquis is, I don't know, in the main story now.
Yeah, she's awesome.
We find out that Bilquis is kind of like Vulcan. She was an old god that was reinvented by the new gods, or given new life by the new gods, and she has a Tinder profile.
You need to swipe right.
Swipe right into oblivion.
Right.
Sweet, sweet oblivion of a space vagina.
Yep.
ChristianMingle.com. That's what she's on, right?
Farmers only.
Oh, jeez. Well, I guess we won't need any farmers anyway,
That's true.
Yeah.
See how that all ties together?
It works so well.
It's almost like we wrote that. And we didn't write that because we don't put any effort into anything.
Yeah, orgy time. You got to see an orgy. That was pretty interesting. I almost got to see 2 orgies, but the second one was broken up.
Yeah.
Goddamn ISIS.
Yeah, I know.
70s orgy would have been cool.
70s ISIS.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. Yeah. So,
could have been fun.
don't ever help somebody. I think the moral of the story is don't ever help a lady to the bathroom.
Yeah. You know where the bathroom is? No.
You know how women always go to the bathroom in pairs?
And only one comes out? You don't want to know what happens.
We've unraveled that mystery.
See, I'd probably get the wrong hint, It probably wouldn't be Bilquis, and I'd be like, oh, yeah, all right, I'll show you the way. She's like, no, I got to take a shit, man. She's like, what the fuck are you doing in here? Why are you following me in here?
Creep.
Pervert.
Coverage Ian Brown.
Oh,
Next stop.
Security.
Next stop. Round Talk. Round Talk coming up.
You've been warned.
Another spider guy scene. He's awesome, but I won't say his name.
Nancy.
Hi, Nancy.
Dude, Wednesday mows down all those rabbits. That's so not cool.
That was a bummer.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do?
That was a bummer you ran over the rabbits?
Yeah.
Didn't we all say last episode we'd run all the rabbits over?
I said I would.
I was against all the rabbit slaughter.
I was like, yes, just like me. We are samesies.
Well, it didn't make any sense to me to mow down the rabbits. Like, he's going there to get her favor. So, yeah.
I didn't think it made any sense either, and it wasn't even referenced at all. I thought she would know and be like, hey, why'd you run over my fucking rabbits?
Right?
Dickhead.
I'm pretty sure the rabbits were there as a barricade. Like, anybody would be a nice person would have stopped.
And then the rabbits would have turned into monsters and ate them.
Could have been.
And shit out jelly beans.
Yeah.
Because the rabbits shit out jelly beans.
They do.
And then they fall through Jesus' hands.
I can't even hold on to jelly beans. That's what he looked like. I can't even eat candy.
You can. You just can't use your hands.
Yeah, just have to go face first and everything.
You just have to pick up the jelly bean like this and eat it one at a
You
time.
can put them in a bowl.
You couldn't just you can't hey, give me some of that. That's not going to work. Oh, that was a bad idea. No.
This episode's sponsored by the Internal Damnation Fires of Hell.
Who imagines Jesus like that guy? Just somebody imagine that's somebody's
Really?
Jesus right
That
there.
is somebody's Jesus, yeah.
With
That's
jelly beans fall through.
No.
Yeah.
I think, the jelly beans, because he's at the East Pro.
That
We
was
all know
circumstantial jelly beans.
We all know people that are on the suffering train of Christianity.
My Jesus would be a drunk Jesus.
I
Just
think
drinking wine all day.
Yeah.
Why'd you just turn it into wine anyway?
apparently I
I want
didn't.
everybody to get wasted and drunk. You
I did-
could have just turned water into fucking clean water.
Did you guys notice that dead Mexican Jesus was there?
No.
What?
Yeah,
What?
Mexican Jesus was there, but he was a lot paler.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah,
Wow. I didn't notice that.
It was one of the first ones you see when they're all like walking in front of the place.
Okay.
So they can't kill Jesus.
Apparently, I don't know. Maybe
it's a different timeline.
There's that, or maybe he's not dead, and that guy's really that pale because we saw him in Moonlight in the last last time we saw him anyway. So I don't know. If you know about Jesus Christ, let me know.
Oh my gosh! Don't invite that.
Yeah. Everybody, tell me all about Jesus. This is a story all about Jesus. Supposedly there was a stoner Jesus in the background somewhere, and I missed him. But I saw in the comments on Facebook that, dude, I totally saw stoner Jesus in the back. Oh, I missed him.
He's getting high.
Mm-hmm.
I think
gather around for cool stories.
Yeah, right.
I think my Jesus probably would have been the Jesus sitting on top of the pool. If I had to pick a Jesus,
He was Jesus Prime. You know, he was the
main Jesus.
Main
of the story.
Jesus.
Main Jesus of the
Absolutely.
episode. I like the when he just walks up to Shadow and his head blocks that light and creates the halo. He's like,
yeah.
"Do I know you?" Yeah, that was fun.
Hey, wait, have we met?
Right.
Did anybody see a black Jesus?
I wasn't really.
Oh, I didn't.
I wasn't looking.
I'm gonna look again.
Yeah,
that's some bullshit right there.
There has to be a black Jesus. If there's not, then
fake gingers, no black Jesus. Surprised they didn't have white Jesus and blackface.
Yeah, I'm surprised about that too.
We're gonna cut that out too.
It's very surprising.
Send your hate mail to Chris Nades, who will then send it to Mike.
Right. He'll just forward it along, but not before reading it
on air. It'd be awesome if, like, one of Chris's segments on Bacon and Nays, now with co-host Jimmy Lopez.
Oh,
that's
full
a
time
permanent fixture. Jimmy Lopez is the Bacon of Bacon and Nays.
Good. Maybe that podcast will finally be good.
Oh man!
Yep.
Oh no!
This is
Chris. What do you think about that?
I don't like confrontation. It makes me feel very uncomfortable. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I just want everyone to get along.
Well, yeah, my podcast does kind of suck.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna go cry now.
Oh,
this is
the saddest.
This has gotten dark.
Has it? It could be so much darker.
Yeah, I mean, it could be, but I think at that point, Mike will be talking about killing Chris.
Yeah. Let's not do that. Let's not go there.
Mental torture is much more fun.
Speaking of Chris, we still have more
Chris Nays. It's more like the Chris Nays hour.
Well, to be fair, we're talking over most of it.
Dude, Wednesday mows down all those rabbits. That's so not cool.
I want to call him Dude Wednesday from now on.
Dude Wednesday.
Because I know Chris probably put a comma and like Dude Wednesday, but I think
it's
Dude
Wednesday
is...
Yeah. That's good.
I like it.
But then we get a Jesus party. It's all of our favorite kind of party. Here we are in the season finale, and Shadow's still confused and questioning the Jesuses. He needs to get over it. I guess he kind of does at the end of the episode, but still stupid.
Right at the
really
very
enjoyed
end.
the courtyard scene, but it was kind of hard to understand Mr. World at times. That's all I got. Look forward to defending my every word an episode late. Because you guys like to insult me.
Yeah.
We don't like to.
I do.
See you next season, I guess.
Hopefully not.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Chris. See you next season.
Finally, that's over. Now we get on to the good stuff.
Dude.
Well, it was hard. It was hard to understand Mr. World. I think they kind of overdo his voice a little bit.
Yeah,
changing it around, it's a little difficult to hear.
I don't get why they bothered to do the whole distorted face thing, as opposed because the first time
that was distracting too.
Yeah, the first time you see him, he's all there. So why can't he just like show up?
Mm-hmm.
Oh well,
showed up in whatever those people thing E-dudes are.
Yeah.
Fleshy meat sack things.
But I guess they're alive. They're something.
Well, yeah, because
he sacrificed them.
He did. And then also Laura killed a bunch of them in the second episode. So, I mean, they obviously can be killed.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting. It was like, so Technical Boy came from one of those, though. Like, he emerged. Yeah, he emerged from one of them because
I thought he came out of nowhere. Oh no, he did because he was kind of wasn't he wearing? Was he wearing the same thing?
I don't think he was wearing the same thing, but he did emerge from one of the Fred Astaire characters, one of the faceless Fred Astaire guys. Okay, so Laura Moon and Shadow Moon, not Shadow Moon. What am I thinking? Mad Sweeney.
Oh, Mad Sweeney Moon.
Mad Sweeney Moon.
Moon Sweeney.
Moon Sweeney. Mad Moon Sweeney. They show up at Easter's house hoping for a resurrection because that's what Easter does. And I thought it was really cool how they did that, how she looked inside of her eye and it looked like a film negative. Like it was just, this kind of like very distorted, hazy look into the last thing that she saw, which kind of was reminiscent of, do you remember that Will Smith movie, Wild West? When they did something like that, did you ever see that movie?
Yeah.
I've seen it. I don't remember that part.
They took some dude's head and turned it upside down and ran it through like a projector to see the butcher of something. I don't
know. It was really cool though. Like it just kind of reminded me of that. But yeah, she looks over at that little like side glance.
I thought she was going to see like a dick going.
Yeah.
Well, that would only work if the dick went through her eye.
Well, it's the last thing that she sees.
Yeah, but it wasn't the last thing that she saw because she had thrown herself through the. She didn't throw herself, but she.
Oh, okay.
She fell through the windshield. She was still alive.
That's true.
At that point, barely, but still.
Sure.
I don't know.
Well, I wanted to see a dick.
Did we see any dicks this episode?
Who knows? There might have been some small ones in the orgy.
Yeah.
It was just a mass of naked bodies. Mm-hmm. I could probably pause it and, we could look
just
at it if you
want.
want.
It's like Where's Waldo?
If you want to get the brandy and some cigars, we'll sit down and we'll go frame by frame through the episode.
I don't think we saw Bart's dick.
No. We did not.
King Dick.
Yep. Hey, baby, check out my changing head.
So weird. He must have... Okay, was that legit, or was that just a representation?
I think it was supposed to be a representation.
Okay.
Oh.
I couldn't tell.
I don't know.
Whether it was like, this god apparently is a king and he morphs to whatever, or if it was just like a representation of a king.
Laura Moon and Mad Sweeney. We're going to get way off topic.
Yeah. So, Laura Moon, Mad Sweeney, they come and she says, I can't resurrect you, honey. Like, you were killed by a god. I can't interfere with that. So she, basically Laura's SOL. And, oh my gosh, what did she grabs Mad Sweeney by the nuts. And like is holding him out there. What did she say? I'm going to shuck him or something, or I'm going to squeeze him like a pea pod, or like
something like that. Yeah.
Oh my god, hilarious.
She finds out it's Mr. Wednesday.
Yeah, she finds out it's Mr. Wednesday.
Dun, dun. Dude Wednesday. Doing some killings.
Yep. So she's off to.
No, she finds out it's the guy with a million names. I'm the one-eyed monster. I'm the hooded wiener. It's like, the main event of a fight right there, doing his own intro.
At 220 pounds from Valhalla, Odin.
So what'd you guys think of Wednesday, like, lying to Easter?
Oh, yeah, about killing.
Uh-huh.
He didn't lie.
Oh, no, he did.
No, he didn't.
What did he say?
He said that they killed his friend.
They.
Mm-hmm.
They as in who?
The New Gods.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You're saying they killed him because he was working with them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that doesn't mean like Odin actually chopped his head off.
Yes, but he chopped his head off because he was working with the new gods and sold them out, and sold Shadow and Wednesday out. So what he's saying is true from a certain point of view, to quote Obi-Wan Kenobi.
It's also very deceptive.
It is very deceptive. But it's still technically true in Odin's own way.
Shadow doesn't feel good about it, though.
And he's wondering how he pulled that sword out of his ass.
Dude, he just...
Because even at that time, he still didn't believe, and he was like, how was he hiding that sword in there the whole time?
Well, listen, anybody who's ever seen Highlander knows that people can just pull swords out of anywhere.
I don't care that he did it. I'm okay with that. I'm on board. He's like, God, but it's just Shadow being like, whoa.
Did he do that?
Well, he kind of went, had that weird look on his face.
I didn't notice it. I was looking at the sword.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
I thought he had the weird look on his face because he told the lie.
I thought he had... I'd have to look again, but I'm pretty sure he looked weird when he pulled that sword out.
Okay.
Could be either, but he
Could
still...
at the same time, I don't know.
He still ended up rolling with the lie, though.
Yeah, he didn't, say anything.
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday basically spins it to Easter like they will pray to you. They don't pray to you now. They pray to Jesus. And you reap the reward, essentially. Or they both reap the reward. And it's kind of funny, she's kind of a little pissed off at Jesus for stealing her thunder, you know? It's kind of cute. What's the actress's name?
I don't know.
I forgot.
I don't know either. But
Christina something?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Do you want me to look it up?
Gonna look it up really quick.
Christina Aguilera.
Don't think that's who it is.
Christina Pazensky.
Oh my God.
The main mommy. I'm surprised media didn't come dressed as a certain celebrity.
She came dressed as Judy Garland from Easter Parade.
Never mind.
Yeah. I didn't know either until I think on some comments somebody said something. So I was like, oh, okay.
Well, thank you, because I wouldn't have known that.
And the faceless man was Fred Astaire.
It wasn't as obvious as the other ones, that's for sure.
I get it. I don't get it.
Need some more modern references here.
It's a lesser known Judy Garland movie.
Very on the nose. Well, that's well done then. Mm-hmm. I mean, even though I don't understand the reference, but that's just because I'm uncultured. The fact that they had that kind of attention to detail is very cool.
Mm-hmm.
That probably has to be a fun character to play.
Yeah.
What?
Media.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. She's amazing in that.
Yeah, she does a great job.
Mm-hmm. Kristen Chenoweth.
Yeah, she did a good job, too.
Mm-hmm.
What else has she been in? Do we know her from other things?
Yeah.
I think so. I can't remember what, but...
Yeah, she was in... what is that television show that was on about the kids who sing all the time?
Glee?
Oh. She was on Glee for a little bit. She was the Good Witch in the Wicked, the Broadway adaptation of Wicked.
Oh.
She played Glenda. And I don't know what else, but she's been in other things.
Bunch of things I haven't seen.
Yeah.
Do you recognize her though?
No. But that doesn't mean anything. Sometimes I think the guy that played Shadow's inmate looked familiar, but I don't think I ever actually saw him in anything.
He looked familiar to me too. She's only 4'11". Oh my gosh, she's so little. But they were talking about in the after show, how she's a devout Christian, and they thought it was be kind of funny for her to be pissed off at Jesus. Mm-hmm. I thought that was kind of great. We definitely need her to. Yeah, she was in Bewitched. Let's see, 4 Christmases, Deck the Halls. A lot of Christmas movies.
Devout Christian, a lot of Christian movies,
right?
Christmas movies,
yeah.
Well, we've seen her in this.
Mm-hmm. But Wednesday,
Dude Wednesday
talks her into, basically putting a drought on the crops. or killing all the crops or whatever. And
I think, did she put Brando on it?
Did she what?
Put Brando on it?
No, Brando is what plants crave. Has electrolytes.
Right.
They just need that motherfucker not sure. Fix all the problems. Fix the crops.
As Mad Sweeney plays Out My Balls.
Oh, good. That's awesome.
Do you get the reference?
No, I don't.
Oh,
sorry.
Idiocracy.
Okay. I know the movie, I just don't get the reference. I don't remember that.
They watched one of the most popular TV shows in the future is Out My Balls.
Oh, okay.
The guy just gets hit in the balls a bunch of times.
So dumb.
Yeah.
Welcome to Costco. I love you. Odin dedicates the deaths of the meat men to, I don't know what they're actually called.
Ostera.
The children.
Oh, the children?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, just call them the children.
Sure.
That's fine.
Odin kills the children. to Ostara, so she has the power to create famine, essentially.
Is that what gave her power? Do you
Yeah.
think that she got power from Odin killing those? Or
That's what I thought.
It's
felt
the
like
sacrifice that gives... Belief makes them exist. Sacrifice gives them power.
Oh, I see. Interesting.
I think that's basically what I've gotten.
I think so.
Okay, I believe you.
Give a little, get a little.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I believe you. I just didn't think that was the case. I thought they just had the power within them. Because Odin had the power within him, but I guess he got sacrificed too. He had a sacrifice also.
Mm-hmm.
But not real. But it was... Well, I'm talking about Vulcan. Like, when he killed him, did he kill him in his own name? Like, how does that work?
Sure.
I don't know.
But do you always need sacrifices to, have power?
I don't know.
Maybe had some of that sacrifice power,
just stored away, like a little for a rainy day.
I mean, we haven't seen him really do anything yet.
Well, he has Laura's sacrifice.
Yeah, that's true.
So Shadow finally fucking believes.
Finally
believes.
Now he believes in everything.
Right. No disbelief.
Which when he said that, I was kind of like, no, everything? I mean, all right, whatever, but I was kind of like, I figured it a little bit more specific. He's
right.
Like, everything.
Maybe just,
everything.
I believe in Jesus.
Yep.
I believe in Easter.
Never gonna question anything ever again.
There's no middle ground with Shadow Moon.
And apparently not.
So Laura's still around, and she, after that whole, the whole thing...
I actually thought they were really going to resurrect her and, completely deviate from the book.
Oh, that would have been great. I would have loved that, but no.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like she can stick around too much longer.
I know. She's looking really rough, right?
Mm-hmm. Spewing on maggots.
It's bad. Her eyes are looking real gray. She can't really see very well. You can only see that she could see, the light.
Yep.
And that was... Everything else was very dim.
Mm-hmm. She's decomposing in the book too, but they've really accelerated it in the show.
Yeah. So I don't know what next season's gonna if she's gonna decompose even more than she already is.
She's just gonna be a bowl of soup with eyes, and Mad Sweeney's gonna carry her around.
She can't physically give him the coin anymore because she just doesn't have But
because she's still a puddle around it, he still can't get to it. Ugh.
It's disgusting.
I suspect we're going to get to the point where she's going to start looking like the Terminator towards the end of the movies, where half of her face is gone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, she's going to fuck it up. She's going to tell Shadow about Wednesday putting a hit on her and fucking up the whole casino robbery thing, and what else? What else did he do? He basically isolated Shadow for his own purposes. So she's going to
She's going to go down.
She
And
will.
right after he started believing.
Right after he started believing.
Bad timing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not really, because now he automatically believes that Wednesday put a hit on her.
Yeah. He believes in everything.
And for no reason, like, he just happens to be the guy that they picked, or that Dude Wednesday picked.
Mm-hmm. Just so happens.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even mean anything. According to Mad Sweeney.
That's right.
So,
It's a fucking nobody.
what's going to happen to Mad Sweeney? Because isn't he supposed to still be working for him?
Technically, right?
And he brought her there.
I know.
I think he's just supposed to...
He's very unlucky.
Yeah, what is his...
I guess there's not much he could have really done anyway. Because, she has, super strength.
Mm-hmm.
So he couldn't really have stopped her.
Yeah, I mean,
Although he could have at that one time.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess he could just keep that a secret if Laura didn't say anything.
yeah.
Or she probably doesn't even know.
Yeah.
Like we said before, we don't even know that she knows that he put the coin back in her.
Oh, she doesn't. I don't think she does.
Are they going to fight?
Mad Sweeney and...
No. Laura and...
Odin?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. That would be something.
I don't know if it would really be...
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I mean, well, if he can just shoot lightning down and be like, all right, see ya.
That's true, but he had to build up to it. You
Yeah.
saw how the build up, she could just come down there and kick him in the balls, straight.
Just kicks right through him.
Yeah.
It'll be like that Deadpool fight where she kicks Colossus, or where Deadpool kicks Colossus and it just breaks his foot.
Yeah.
And it's hanging off. That's what she's going to do to Wednesday.
Yep.
So it's going to be a recreation of the Deadpool Colossus fight.
Where are they at right now? Kentucky?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then there's a main stop, right?
Yeah.
Wisconsin.
They're heading to
Wisconsin,
Wisconsin.
right?
They're going to...
And then where Bilquist is,
Yeah.
showed Bilquist at the end?
Yep, the Church on the Rock or something like that. What is it called?
The House on the Rock.
House on the Rock. Yeah. That's where they're headed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you, in the
She's
book...
going to have sex with Salim, not Salim, right before he gets to the gin.
Oh, that's so
What's gonna
sad.
happen?
So sad.
Well, Technical Boy sent her up there. He aimed the vagina gun. So it's like, who
Right.
do they think that she's going to...
Like, Tinder's real popular up there.
So, I don't know if he's, tasked her to suck up Wednesday, or...
That's what I'm wondering. What other powers does she have besides that? Is that her own power?
Maybe they want to get rid of Shadow.
Just sucking people up? She going to seduce Shadow?
Maybe. I don't know, though.
Ask where the bathroom is?
This totally deviates from the book entirely. This is...
Yeah, we're nowhere close to the book anymore.
Yeah.
Because Easter says, oh, this is the guy that's got everybody so upset. So, yeah, it's people are gunning for Shadow for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we haven't really discovered why yet,
Right.
other than the fact that he's Wednesday's dude. But,
Right.
So,
Dude Wednesday's dude.
Dude Wednesday's dude.
So he must be important.
Dude, these guys just can't stand, man.
Speculation. Well, we already did speculation. Maybe Bilquist is going to suck up Wednesday or Shadow.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Are we asking have you guys figured out the question, or the answer to the question, is Bilquist actually a new god now? Is she teaming up with the new gods, or is she technically still with the old gods?
I would say, well, I guess that depends on how we classified Vulcan.
I think he teamed up with the new gods because he sold them out.
I think Vulcan teamed up with the new gods willingly.
Uh-huh.
Bilquist owed a favor.
Bilquist owes Technical Boy, so she's probably more reluctantly working for them. But then
So she could be turned.
And then Easter was working with the new gods because her and Media had a joint operation on Easter. She decided to side with Wednesday at the end and kill all the crops. So all the humans are going to starve to death.
So is Media and Mr. World, are they just talking shit? Because they're like, oh, it really doesn't matter. You guys don't matter. No, you don't matter. Oh, no. But, I mean, they are there, He's like, why are you here? Mm-hmm. And then they're like, oh, we don't have to fight. Or we could. It doesn't matter either way. We win. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of some weird shit talking, I
It
guess,
is really odd.
There's a lot of new god talking that doesn't happen in the book. So it's Like all the characters are a lot more prominent in the show than they are in the books. So,
but still, that whole interaction didn't make sense. Because it's just like, again, why are they there if it doesn't matter? I mean...
Well, they needed some kind of showdown for the season finale.
That's true.
Well, that could be... I guess it makes a little sense. I could be talking shit just to be like, yeah, it doesn't matter, you're going to lose, so...
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just there to intimidate. It seemed like they were there to intimidate Easter, period. The way that the Fred Astaire meatbags were, like, marching around her, you know, and... She seemed so little in that moment, like she didn't have
she was
any...
like 4'11".
Yeah, like she was 4'11". No, she just seemed like she didn't have any power in that particular moment, They were intimidating her to side with them and to not side with the old gods or side with Odin. Even.
Yeah.
Then down comes Dude Wednesday.
Telling all his names. Even though, these are my birds and my wolves.
Yep. Pretty cool.
That's the one thing that I didn't like in that scene compared to the book. In the book, you don't find out who he is until they're at the rock. The house on the rock. But then at the same time, they never go to see Easter before that anyway. Odin
McOdinface?
Odin McOdinface.
That's one of his names, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he starts reciting like a bunch of his names, and then Shadow puts it together and goes, Odin? He's like, Odin, yes, I am Odin. So like this made like Shadow seem to be like a fucking moron. That he couldn't piece together who he was. In the book, he figures it out, kind of.
Well, it would have been great if he stopped like after every name, said his name.
Like,
do you get? All right, another name. All right, there's another name of mine. Do you understand now?
It's like 20 questions.
All right, now this name.
He missed a name.
Did he?
Yeah.
What was it?
Woden.
Huh? Well, it sounds so close.
Yeah. I'd have been like, wait, Woden and Odin?
Wednesday, Woden, Odin.
Is it more like, is that the cool name? I'm Woden.
It's Bill and Ted's God. Woden. Woden. I don't have any speculations. Because they threw me off with this episode.
Will we start to see other people like starving and start to pray and
maybe if media chooses to show that.
Does media even need to show it? I know he was saying, tell them to pray, but will people be doing that on their own, or will they be like global warming?
You're praying to Jesus, though.
That's what I'm thinking. So you could pray to a bunch of other gods. So I guess you wouldn't maybe need media to say no. You need to pray to Easter.
What if people start believing in a Jesus of war?
Oh, warrior Jesus.
He's dressed up like Xena.
You have the Holy Spirit behind him, and the sheet over his head.
No, that's the Klan.
Holy Ghost, Holy Ghost.
Holy Ghost, this is not an episode of Scooby-Doo. Would have gotten away with it, too, if it wasn't for those pesky God and Jesus fellows.
One of my favorite Eddie Izzard bits. Stand-up comedian, Eddie Izzard.
I know who Eddie Izzard is.
Do you know who Eddie Izzard is?
I do.
Do you believe in Eddie Izzard?
I believe in...
Jesus Christ, what on earth is that?
Don't take my name in vain, I told you.
Jeezy Crazy, what on earth is that?
Don't call me Jeezy Crazy.
Love that bit.
We're rambling at this point. We're running out of things to talk about.
I don't really have too much else to say, except, I'm really happy that I don't have to listen to Chris anymore. For at least a couple weeks, till we do Game of Thrones.
Yeah, so that is something that we should bring up. If you followed us from Watchers on the Couch, then you should know that Game of Thrones comes back in 4 weeks.
Yay!
Which means we'll be back in about 3 weeks, because we want to do a show before the season starts. And then, we'll be weekly for every episode of Game of Thrones after that, which is going to be 7 shows. So 8 episodes this season of Watchers on the Couch total. And on the Facebook page, watchersonthecouch.com, as well as other things, I will be debuting the new Watchers on the Couch cover art for this season. Mm-hmm. Listen to Bacon and Nays to hear.
You have the option to not listen. Just want to let you know.
By the time this episode comes out, Chris Nays' new format with permanent co-host Jimmy Lopez, the Bacon of Bacon and Nays now, will be out.
Is that what they're saying, or is that what you're saying? Because that's real rude. That's real rude.
That I'm calling Jimmy Bacon?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know.
Bacon's wonderful. And Jimmy's wonderful.
Jimmy is wonderful. That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, No, I listened to the end of the episode before I scheduled to go up, and Jimmy said, "I'm Bacon."
That's hilarious.
So I don't know if they'll keep doing that. I've only heard the first episode.
All right.
But they have a second one done, and yeah, I'm looking forward to those. So yeah, that Watchers on the Couch, onyxedgestudios.com for other info. I will be doing some On Edge episodes in between These American Gods and Watchers on the Couch. Trying to do two shows at the same time is very time consuming, so that's why there hasn't been any of those for a while. So yeah, check out all of our social media stuff for updates on that. Anybody got anything else?
I got nothing.
Nothing?
Yeah.
What about you, Mike? You've got your recording stuff set up?
Yeah, me and Bacon might be doing a show together.
Really? Oh, Jimmy.
No, I'm just going to have a piece of bacon. I'm just going to eat bacon on a show.
Wow.
Because just me eating bacon on a show would be better than Bacon and Nays. So,
oh my gosh.
He doesn't even have bacon on that show.
Apparently Jimmy's the bacon.
Yeah. I'm not real bacon.
I can't wait.
No, me and Jimmy were supposed to, we're thinking about doing a show, so we called Cheers to That.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we have a
hopefully
pilot.
In a couple weeks we might get that together.
That'll be cool.
Do you need a theme song?
We do.
You do?
Yeah.
You should. I know somebody who does drums. He might be able to help you out.
That'd sound horrible. I could do better on a keyboard.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll have to think about. You'll have to think about your cover art too.
Yeah.
All those things that go with launching a podcast.
Yep.
Since it's going to be your podcast, you won't just be somebody on a podcast anymore. Right. It'll be fun.
Oh, I know.
I'm looking forward to it.
That's why I got stuff set up.
Cool.
I'm gonna have to take a camera down to your place for some on edge behind the scenes stuff and look at your setup and
that'd be cool.
Things like that. So we're gonna have some content coming soon.
Hashtag content.
Hashtag content. Until next season of These American Gods, unless you come and join us on Watchers on the Couch, I'm Tim Pickerel.
I'm always going to be Sarah Pickerel.
And I'm always going to be Mike Daffron.
And you should always not get your dick bit off. See you next year.
Yeah.